Go ahead, Ed, call the meeting to order when you're ready.
Okay, the meeting for Area Council of Government CAC is now called to order, special meeting. We do have a quorum, and any special introductions here? I believe we have some guests from CDOT, if you want to introduce yourself online here. Or not.
Did we lose Rob? Or is Rob the phone number? And we also had John Hall, which I don't see anymore.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting for them, can I get a motion to approve the agenda for today, the special called meeting?
This is Maddie Gullickson from Colorado Springs. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I believe Maddie made a motion to approve the agenda. Is there a second?
Steve Schleicher seconds.
And Steve Schleicher seconded. Okay. Any discussion, comments? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So we have an agenda. Well, if we're ready to roll, so if the CDOT people are on, they can introduce themselves and start with their presentation.
Is the phone number CDOT? Okay. Well, strangely enough, they were on for a minute, and then we've seemed to have lost them. So I will give a little bit of a brief update. And for those of you who were not at the last CAC meeting, we did. Danelle did a great job and provided an overview of what had happened at the previous board meeting. So previous CAC meeting, 2 CAC meetings ago, CDOT gave you an overview of the 10-year plan. You all unanimously recommended approval. It went to the board, looks 14, and how there was not a lot of priority given to capacity projects. So moving forward from there, again, CDOT Region 2 being a good partner, took the comments up to the CDOT upper management and was able to negotiate a slight change in the project list, where I believe the Highway 105 project was reduced slightly, but they are confident that they can continue to deliver that project as scoped, and deliver that project as scoped. And with that money, they were going to do a design for the Powers and which one? Stetson Hills. Yep, I knew it started with an S. And Stetson Hills project that went to the TAC earlier this week, and again was recommended for unanimous approval. So moving forward, CDOT's going to present to you now that I think there were 2 other changes. One was the Fountain Mobility Hub was renamed the Fountain Park and Ride to be more in line with the terminology of what's actually what's actually happening in Fountain. And another project was split into 3, but it's still the same project. It's just instead of 1 mega project, it's now 3 smaller projects. So with that, I see now we do have Rob Fry on, as well as John Hall. So gentlemen, I don't know what happened, but you guys disappeared for a while. So I think I've actually already explained everything, but feel free to introduce yourselves and go over any of the projects that I got incorrect or something you'd like to add.
Yeah, thanks, John. Both John Hall and I got bumped off the call and had to log back in. So I think you captured it pretty well. I'll provide a little more detail. John did a great job, and Danielle last week about summarizing some of the concerns that the board had. So we did go back we met with our executive oversight committee last week and came up with a few changes to the Pikes Peak proposed draft lists. And as John indicated, that the first couple projects there is We added $2 million for design for the Powers Boulevard, Stetson Hills interchange in FY 31 through 36 with the proposed funding there. And in order to get that $2 million, we reduced the $6 million that was in the original list for the Colorado 105 resurfacing down to $4 million. But as John indicated, the region feels confident we'll be able to make that $2 million gap up with other funding as we move forward. So that's probably the biggest change to the list. And then John also indicated that, yes, we made a name change to better describe the Fountain Park and Ride and not the Fountain Mobility Hub. That was intended scope of that project in the past, but that's not where we are now. So we made that edit and change. And then I don't know if Jared's on I'm assuming he's in the background somewhere. If you can go down the next three. Perfect. Thank you, Jared. When we met with our executive oversight committee last week, they wanted some clarification on the I-25 safety and operational improvements, exit 135 South Academy to exit 138. That's a mouthful. And so I'm just going to start in the middle there with the project number ID 2759.2. That's not a new project. We just kind of moved it. If you look at the table down below that accompanies this memo, we just moved that from the new projects up into the active projects just to keep these three related projects together just for ease of reading. And then if you look at 2759, which is that top one, and then 2759.3, those were one line item in the original one, and we split that out to better reflect what our intentions are. So 2759, that first project there, is $10 million in FY 27 through 30 to do a bridge replacement, the US 85 bridge over I-25 bridge replacement. And then the other one, 27593, that's just identifying the fiscal year funding for FY 31 through 36 to continue to make improvements along that corridor from South Academy to 138. That would primarily include shoulder widening and some other safety aspects along that corridor. So that's kind of cleaned it up, and rather than separating them out, and hopefully that provides some clarification. So those are the changes we made to the 10-year plan. And with that, I will answer questions.
And Jared, John, if you see somebody online that I don't, please recognize them to ask the question.
Yeah, as of now, looks like it's good. So I guess if we have another 30 seconds of awkward silence, if everyone is comfortable, we would entertain a motion one way or the other, hopefully for adoption. But again, that's up to you. But okay. Again, now's the time to ask any questions if you have them.
The only thing I would ask is for me, is there any change to the original budget that was presented to us a couple of weeks ago, or is this just shifting within the budget we had?
I will let CDOT answer that, but I believe it is shifting within the budget you had, because again, 105 was reduced, and the exact same amount of that reduction was moved over for the new project that was added to address sort of keeping the capacity. While itself is not a construction project, it's providing design to keep the pipeline of construction projects going should additional funds come later. So I do not believe there's any funding change. It is just sort of rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic. Rob, is that a correct characterization?
Yep. No new money, just shifting that money around to better align with some of the direction we were given.
Okay, but obviously no cuts either.
Yep, no cuts either to the funding. Projects have been reduced in order to make room for design on other projects, but yeah, the budget's the theme that we presented last time.
Did someone else have a question?
Oh, I was going to make a wisecrack that I had one thing that I didn't like about John Lyasato's stuff. It's like rearranging the fighter planes on the USS Enterprise. not the deck chairs on the Titanic.
I believe the Enterprise has shuttlecraft, John. I'm not trying to correct you, but
The United States of America had an Enterprise as well.
Well, that's what happens when you have the Marines running a Navy vessel.
Yeah.
Easy, Ed, easy. No, Ed, in fact,
Okay.
I was actually going to speak up, but you just took the question because I was going to ask about the funding. So thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? I'm kind of at a disadvantage. I can't tell who might have their hand up, so we don't want to miss anybody.
Mr. Chair, I was just going to add, it looked like Maddie had her microphone unmuted, but I just want to make sure she got addressed.
No, thank you. It's been beaten now a few times. Thank you.
Okay, if we don't have any further questions or comments, I'll ask for a motion to advance this to the board. But not everybody at once.
Chuck Theobald, City of Colorado Springs, move to advance this to the board.
Okay, and a second, if could please.
Kathy Heisey, Callahan, I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion, questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye to advance this to the board.
Aye.
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 Any opposed? And I hear none, so unanimously advanced, John and Jared.
all right, thank you. And Jared, if you already know the answer, that this is great, but I see that for the minutes that we can put that Chuck joined us. Hi, Chuck. Who is the phone number? Do we know who that is so we can put it in the minutes?
That is Teresa Cheek.
Okay, thanks for coming, Teresa.
Okay, good.
So I think everybody else should be captured in the minutes. Is that correct? Yep, I think we're good.
So that gave us 8 and we needed 6, so that's great.
Yep.
Okay. Well, if there is no other comments or anything, we will adjourn everybody so they can get back to work.
Yeah, thank you all very much. I appreciate you taking the time to have this special meeting on a 2 o'clock on a Thursday, but it helps us keep everything moving along and keep schedules going. So again, thank you all very much.
All right, guys, have a great day.
Yes, thank you to
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
All
Bye-bye.
right.
Thank you.
Bye.